Have you been secretly or openly expressing feelings to your specific person, only to be getting breadcrumbs, or even worse, being told no or never? It's time this stops now. And in this video, I'm going to show you how. For those of you that are new, I'm Natalie, and this is As the Penny's Job. And this channel is all about helping you create a life you love, deserve, and desire. I am a conscious manifestation coach and a neurotransformation therapy practitioner. And I provide a variety of programs to guiding you to create that life that you have always wanted, releasing traumas, disempowering beliefs that you've been holding on to that are blocking you from having the life that you deserve. So if you would like to find out more, click on the link below, or you can just email me at natalie@asthepenniesjob.com. Okay, so back to the video. So I'm a huge fan, and I've spoken openly about this, about getting feedback. So investing my time to get feedback so I can learn what it is that I need to work on myself, or what is it that I'm holding on to if the feedback that I'm getting back isn't what I want. So I'm an absolute huge fan of that. And it does work really, really well for me. And it always has done, because I would just literally revise the situation. That said, it doesn't include chasing to the extent that what I'm investing and what I'm getting back isn't in balance. So how do we get what we are wanting back, the intention that we are wanting from our specific person back, to revise the story and have that balance at the same time? We use our 3D reality. We look exactly at what is reflecting back at us right now. What are we seeing, hearing, what we're feeling? We look at what is reflecting back at us and we revise it. We revise the story. We invest, which is also a test, and then we revise what it is that we are not wanting for it to be what we are wanting. Now, I know that this may not be for everybody. That's okay. I am not going to pigeonhole myself for a technique or something just for a handful of people. I want to be able to reach everybody. And based on how I use feedback, it works for me. So that's why I'm sharing this with you today. But if this is something that you don't want to do, or it's not your cup of tea, then you can stop the video right now. That's absolutely fine. You don't have to do this. You don't have to try this. But for those of you that are willing to put this to the test, it works. So years ago, when I reached out to my specific person after a period of no contact, I took silence, being ignored, being rejected, as feedback. My feedback was based on my dominant beliefs. So that was what I had to work on revising. And that's what I did. So number one, what I did was I did contact. If I didn't get anything back, no matter what the circumstance was, I took it as feedback that I needed to revise it. And I did this through affirmations and intentions. No matter what was being said or not being said, that's exactly what I did. Number two, I stopped talking to people about what it was that I was doing or wanting. I stopped talking to other people about it, because when we talk to other people about what we're trying to do, unless there's somebody that we really trust and that understands law of assumption, law of attraction, or just has our back no matter what, you will end up being judged or getting their opinions. And those opinions may or may not be wanted. So we want to stop talking to other people, because all that's doing is feeding our negative mindset to say, see, that's what they think, that's true. And then you'll end up kind of spiraling a bit, and then you've got to bring yourself back up again. So number two is to stop talking to other people about what it is that you're doing. Now, what I want to share is this. There is a huge difference between communicating with somebody and chasing somebody. When we're communicating with somebody, we're coming from a healthy place, kind, loving, healthy place. When we're chasing, we're literally giving all of our power, all of our energy to that person with little or no return. With little or no return. So when I was communicating with my specific person, it was gentle communication. It wasn't forcing. It was just gentle, kind, loving communication. When I got to that stage, because I'd done the revision to get to that stage, it was gentle, kind, loving communication. And that's how we want to keep it, because when we're chasing, when we're putting all our energy into somebody because we really want them right now and we really want to spend time with them right now, and we're pursuing and chasing and pursuing and chasing, we're coming from a place of low self-worth, of lack, of need, and maybe even obsession. So that's basically what I did. I continued with my communication. It was nice and light and gentle because I'd got myself to that stage because I'd already done the revision, and I continued to revise whatever it was that I was hearing back that was unwanted, and continue to focus on the story of what it was that I wanted. Now, I'm not going to lie, sometimes the 3D reality reflected back things to me that stung like a bee sting, and it wasn't pleasant. But in those times, I would just get back. I was so persistent with what it was that I was wanting. I just got back on the story of what it was that I was wanting. And I literally would revise any and every situation if it wasn't something that I was wanting. And yes, through tears. You know, I wasn't always in a happy place doing this, but I still did it and I didn't give up. With regards to the chase, I asked once about meeting up, and I remember being told, no, that wasn't wise. And it was a New Year's Eve. And I was like, okay, you know, that's fine. Have a lovely rest of your evening, kind of Happy New Year. And I remember putting the phone down and I was a mess. I was so upset. Everything just got hold of me, and I was just so sad and upset and, you know, snot down face, crying, horrible, horrible, horrible. But the next day I got back on to doing the work, to revising the story. You know, of course he wants to see me. Of course I'm the only one he's ever wanted. You know, I just revised my story from somebody that was wanted by him, not unwanted by him. And that was the only time I ever asked to meet up. Never asked again. Actually, that's a lie. I did ask again. I just remembered. I did ask again. It was about 2 weeks later. So 2 weeks later. So, you know, in the space of being back in communication from, you know, November to, or working on building that up from November to mid-January, I asked twice. I don't class that as chasing. I just asked twice. And whatever response I got back was I revised. So I didn't chase. I created the communication. So there was just general love and kindness in our communication. That was it. Just love and kindness. Kind of, how are you? What have you been up to? It was literally that simple. But at the same time, I was revising the story of what it was that I was wanting. I hope that makes sense. So throughout this process of me using the feedback that I was getting to revise what it was that I wanted, when the feedback I got wasn't wanted, I continued with a healthy, balanced communication. Healthy, balanced, safe, secure communication, which then led into me being pursued and asked out and a date arranged, because I never gave up on the story of what it was that I wanted. I never gave up on the story, no matter what was reflecting back at me. I also want to add here that time didn't matter. It didn't matter. it didn't matter. Time didn't matter. I had once tried to put a time on something and it didn't work for me, and it just made me feel like shit. So I don't put times to anything anymore. And also when you're doing the revision and getting into that feeling state, that living in the end state, you do feel like that it's already there, it's already yours. But that took time for me to get to that state. It took time for me to get to that state, that feeling state that Neville Goddard talks about. But I didn't put any time urgency on this whatsoever, because for me, it just made me stressed. And therefore, that's lack, missing, not having, resistance, blocking. So I know some of you are going to ask this. How long did it take from when you started to do the work? When I really got into doing the work, when I got really like, right, okay, this is it, this is what I'm doing, I would probably say from like the end of November until January. But it doesn't have to take that long. It may take longer. It just depends on your mindset and your blocks. So that was 2 months, really, roughly 2 months, or just over 2 months. I know that a lot of you will ask that. So now I've given you the answer. So I just want to leave this video by saying that it does take a lot of courage. And it's not to say that if you don't do this, it's because you're not courageous enough. But some of the feedback I was getting was painful when you're hearing somebody that you love saying that they don't want to see you ever again, or what's the point, you know, all of these things. It really can hurt. And you really have to just know that's your old thought. It's just a thought that you have created to become your dominant belief. That's the hard bit. So it does take courage. And I just wanted it so much that I was willing to do that. I was willing to do that. But there are other techniques that you can use. You don't have to do this. So if this isn't for you, that's okay. But if you are ready to know exactly what it is that you're thinking and using feedback from them to help you revise, then you can give that a go too. Like I said, I'm trying to reach everybody here. So there are a variety of different ways that we can do things. We just want to find the best way that makes you feel, I guess, into control of your manifesting, or just the best way that works for you. Let's just say that, the best way that works for you. So whether you choose to give this a go or not, and to work on the feedback that you're getting, even that silence, even if that's being ignored, and you just want to know what it is that you're needing to work with, what you need to revise, then give it a go. And, you know, comment below and let me know how you get on with it. But, you know, I'm proof that doing this, it does work. And it's just persistence. And it's not emotionally reacting as much as you can to the 3D reality, because that's just based on your old thoughts. That's just based on your old thoughts and your old beliefs. So we want to revise whatever it is that's coming back that's unwanted. I'm going to stop there now with my Christmas hat on. I love my Christmas hat. So exciting. By the time you see this video, it will be the 23rd of December. 2 days to go. Exciting. Anyway, this will be my last video before Christmas. So I want to wish you all an incredible, loving, kind, safe, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Christmas. And I will be back with some videos between Christmas and New Year. Take care, everyone. I'll be back soon.